Well, hello and welcome back to another video. This video is slightly different in terms of you're not actually going to see my face, and the only talking you're going to hear from me in this video is a voiceover. It's just something a little teeny bit different. But today we're going to be taking a ride on this Class 158 Northern Sprinter that's currently arriving into the station now, and we're going to be taking this along the Bentham line from Lancaster through to Skipton. So, shall we get on board? Well, there's certainly no messing about from this service. After about 5 minutes of standing time here at Lancaster, we are out bang on time. Now, this service is, of course, the service that originates from Morecambe. This is the Morecambe to Leeds service. The full route calls at Bear Lane, Lancaster, Carnforth, Wennington, Bentham, Clapham, Giggleswick, Long Preston, Hellifield, Gargrave, Skipton, Keighley, Bingley, Shipley and Leeds. There are a couple of services a day that do also stop at Steeton and Silsden and Saltaire, but these are very, very early in the morning. There's also one train a day that originates at Bradford Foster Square and makes its way up to Carnforth. That is around 6:55 in the morning, and that also calls at all them intermediate stops as well. Just moments after leaving Lancaster Station, we pass over the River Lune, which starts in Cumbria and flows into the Irish Sea, just down there near Heysham Port in Morecambe Bay. It's 53 miles or 85 kilometres long. Here you can see the line branching off to Morecambe. It is one of them cases where the train has to go into Lancaster Station and then reverse back out to Morecambe. We're now past Hess Bank, where, as you can see, just in the distance we've got some coastal views, very distant coastal views over Morecambe Bay there. And if you look closely, you might just be able to make out the hills of the Lake District, especially near Barrow-in-Furness just there. Around 10 minutes after departure from Lancaster, we arrive into our next stop of Carnforth, which I must say is a brilliant station. I do love Carnforth. And just coming into Carnforth, actually, we get a very, very, very good view of Carnforth Steam Town. Now let me tell you a little bit about Carnforth Station, because Carnforth actually does have a bit of a history. Yeah, it's been in a famous film actually called Brief Encounter, which was a romance drama sort of film released in 1945. Now here at Carnforth Station, there is actually a cafe called the Brief Encounter Bistro, and there are some very, very famous shots taken in this film that were actually filmed in that very bistro.
Next Thursday?
Yes, next Thursday.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thursday. Bye.
Now, in terms of the station itself, the station opened on the 22nd of September 1846 was opened by the Lancaster Carlisle Railway. It did have one single platform and was a second-class station. It became a junction station in June 1857 when the Ulverston and Lancaster Railway arrived from the northwest. The Furnish Railway then took over in 1862 and became the second major company operating to Carnforth. Fast forward to May 1970, and the platforms that served the West Coast Main Line were closed following the withdrawal of local stopping passenger services between Lancaster and Carlisle. These have all been demolished, and now there's just one fence there. I must admit though, it does make quite good shots of getting some very fast trains passing by. And since its opening, it has been operated by many companies. First North Western between 1997 and 2004, first Transpennine Express 2004 to 2016, and Arriva Rail North, which is now Northern. And now as we do leave the station, we get another glimpse of some more heritage units parked in Carnforth Steamtown. We're now arriving into our next station, Wennington, the site of a fatal derailment just west of the station at Wennington Junction on the 11th of August 1880, where the 12:15 Leeds to Lancaster train completely derailed at the junction point and then continued for 152 metres before striking the bridge that was nearby. And that injured 23 people, and 8 people died in the incident. I must say, passing through Wennington, I thought it looked a very, very, very nice and very posh place. We're now arriving into our next stop along this journey, Bentham, the namesake of this line, which is called the Bentham Line. Now, this station has been renamed 3 times. It opened as Bentham Station on the 1st of June 1850. It was then on the 1st of November 1851, it was renamed Bentham High, and then on the 1st of May 1876, it was once again renamed as Bentham, the name that it retains today. He made it! Yay! Now at this point of the journey, we really do get to some stunning scenery. We're now arriving to our next stop, Clapham, not to be confused with the very busy Clapham Junction station in London. No, Clapham. Just a little reminder, if you have made it this far into the video and you are enjoying the stunning views along the Bentham line, then give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you want as well. And if you are enjoying the scenery on this line, then I am going to upload an unedited full version of this line, and I'm going to leave the link to that in the description below. We're now arriving at our next calling point along the line, and personally, I really do like the name of this station, Giggleswick. I just personally think Giggleswick is like I think that's a great name, Giggleswick. Giggleswick. I mean, come on, that's a great name, Giggleswick. Now, this station opened on the 1st of August 1849. It actually opened as Settle Station because Giggleswick Station and Settle Station are very, very, very close together, right? Then on the 1st of May 1876, it was renamed as Settle Old Station. Then the 1st of November 1877, it was renamed Giggleswick. Giggleswick. Whoever named this place Giggleswick, I want to meet whoever. They're probably dead. You know, if the station was named Giggleswick in 1877, most likely they're dead. So I don't think I'm going to meet them, am I? But Giggleswick, come on, that is an absolutely brilliant name. It's got 2 platforms, managed by Northern, and it is owned by Network Rail. I mean, come on, what a great name, Giggleswick. Giggleswick. Right, still to come on this line, we've got a few more calling points before we do get to Skipton. These being Long Preston, Hellifield, Gargrave, and then Skipton, and then the train will of course go further into Leeds, calling at Keighley, Bingley, Shipley, and then Leeds. The train now follows the same route as the A65 down towards Long Preston and Hellifield. We'll then branch away from that and go towards Gargrave, and then we will once again end up by the A65 down through Skipton, where the A65 then becomes the A6131. So that's some bit about roads for people who like roads. We're now at Settle Junction, where the Bentham line from Morecambe and Lancaster merges together with the Settle and Carlisle line. They join all the way down to Leeds now. We're now pulling into the next stop along the line, Long Preston. Now, Long Preston is served by both Morecambe, Leeds to Morecambe, and Leeds to Carlisle services. Now, I'm going to keep the camera rolling and just do a little time lapse between here and the next station, Hellifield, because it is an extremely short distance. And here we are now arriving into Hellifield Station. Now, Hellifield Station is one of my personal favourites, and it's a lot of other people's favourites as well. Now, I will admit, we are actually sat on the wrong side for you to be able to actually see the station. So I'll find some videos that I've taken at the station, and we'll use them instead, because Hellifield is a beautiful station. You've got a cafe, the Shed 24 cafe. The station master is a dog. I'm just saying, that's a good. You know it's a good station, don't you? When the station master is a dog. And it's also very popular with train spotters because you get regular, very, very, very regular rail tours, diesel and steam through here. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but Hellifield is actually the penultimate stop before Skipton. And we're also on the wrong side for me to be able to show you the signal box as well. So let me find a shot of the signal box. We're now arriving into the final stop of our journey before Skipton, which is Gargrave. Now, to be honest, there's not really a great lot to say about Gargrave Station. The station was opened on the 30th of July 1849 by the Little North Western Railway, later taken over by the Midland Railway. The original stone shelters survive on each platform, but the main wooden station building is now in private use. The station's unstaffed digital information screens were installed as part of an ongoing upgrade process in 2016. Level crossing is only possible for southbound travellers, as the northbound platform can be reached by steps from the road bridge. And the Pennine Way, which is a long distance path, crosses the railway a few hundred yards to the west of the station. There you go, that's everything I could find about Gargrave Station. And as the announcer's just said there in the background, we're now arriving into Skipton, which is going to be not the last calling point on this particular service, but the last calling point for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, press like, subscribe and leave a comment and all the YouTubey stuff. Now, let's talk about the Bentham line. I personally think the Bentham line is really underrated, right? And I think that's because it's overshadowed by its neighbour, the Settle and Carlisle line. Obviously, the Settle and Carlisle line, the views up there, they are far superior to the Bentham line. Yeah, let's say that they're far superior. But I do think that the views along the Bentham line are stunning. They really are. So yeah, my personal opinion on the Bentham line is that I need to come back and do all the stations up there, like what I did with the Settle and Carlisle line last year. Yeah, the Bentham line is absolutely amazing. It's just a shame because I think it is really underrated. So if you haven't given the Bentham line a try, I highly recommend it.